We are going to learn about a new author and illustrator. His name is Eric Carle. Let's first listen to him read his story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomach ache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly.
Before we make caterpillars in the style of Eric Carle, I wanted to watch Eric Carle make his illustrations. First, he creates colorful textured paper, and then he collages. He cuts and glues his images. So let's watch him make some of his art.
When I was 4 and 5, I liked to draw. So at a very early age, long before I knew the word artist, I knew I would draw pictures for people when I grew up. I had a career in advertising as a graphic designer, as an art director in Madison Avenue. Bill Martin commissioned me to do Brown Bear, Brown Bear. He had seen my work that I had done for a campaign in the pharmaceutical industry and felt that I could illustrate as Brown Bear, Brown Bear. One day I played with a hole puncher kind of innocently and just playfully, and I punched holes into a stack of paper, and I looked at the holes and I thought of a bookworm. The first version of The Very Hungry Caterpillar was A Week with Willie the Worm, and it was just the way it is today, except the ending was different. Willie Worm grows into a big fat worm, and then I showed it to my editor, Anne Benedus, and she didn't like the worm so much. So we talked back and forth about other possible animals or bugs or something. And at one time she said, how about a caterpillar? And I said, butterfly. The process is the fun part. I work with acrylic paints. I buy tissue papers. I paint all kinds of colors and all kinds of textures on them. And it's almost like going back to art school. And that's my palette. Other picture book artists do collages. Picasso, Matisse do collages. So it's nothing new, but it's probably new that I use thin tissue papers, and I have created a unique style that's easily recognizable.
Eric Carle's style is easily recognizable. You can recognize his pictures by identifying the texture. He creates many shades of color next to each other instead of just one solid flat color. Let's make work like Eric Carle. Here's what you need to get started. What you need today, you'll need your related arts packet, scissors, glue, crayons, and another piece of paper. It could be construction paper, any color, or it could be a white piece of paper. It's up to you. In your related arts packet, there's the hungry caterpillar. You can color that in your free time. And then there are ovals on the next page. We need the ovals. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn these ovals into our caterpillar. One is gonna be the red head, and the rest are gonna be shades of green. And remember, Eric Carle painted his paper first, and then he made his art. He made a collage, he cut and glue. So the head is red, but we don't want it to just be plain red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some purple first, and then I'm gonna go over it with red by pressing really hard. And if I go outside of the lines on this, it's okay because I'm gonna cut it out. And I'm gonna just color in the red. After I'm done with my red, I'm gonna work on green. Green can sometimes be light green, blue green, dark green, yellow green. There are many shades of green. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put some green lines, and I'm moving my crayon up and down, and I'm not doing that nice neat coloring. I'm doing texture coloring. So I'm starting with lots of green, and then I'm going to add to my work more shades, maybe yellow green on some of them, or just plain yellow. I could do a dark green if I have another shade of green in my crayon box. I could do blue green. Or just plain blue with green. And I'm just making different colors of green. All different shades of green. And it's okay I'm coloring messy because I'm gonna go cut this out in collage. Something else I'm gonna need for the collage is the eyes, and the caterpillar's eyes are two ovals that are smaller, and they're green on the inside, and then they're yellow around the outside. So I'm gonna draw two of those. The nose is that purplish triangle. And then I need two antennas, and it's purple on the inside, that's a long oval. And then it's blue around the outside. It's a light blue. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut everything out and get ready to glue. When I cut, I'm taking two fingers in the big hole, thumb up, and I'm bringing my paper to me. You need to be safe with scissors. I'm going to speed this up as I cut out all of my ovals. Now that I have all my pieces cut out, I'm going to put them on my paper in the shape of the caterpillar. I could do this without glue first, and I can arrange them and put different shades of green next to each other. The caterpillar's body kind of goes up the hill and down the hill. And then remember, this red is the head. So now that I arranged it, I'm going to push it off to the side, and I'm just going to do the green part first. Up the hill, down the hill. I'm gonna just put my glue in an arch on my paper. And I'm going to put my green ovals, and I want them to overlap. That means they touch each other. And I'm gonna put yellow green next to the dark green, and blue green next to the yellow green, light green, and then finish off with another shade of green. Now that this is glued down nice and flat, I might have to go and lift up and just make sure it's nice and flat, nice, neat gluing on my paper. I'm going to add the head, and I'm going to put my caterpillar head all the way on the left. And I'm gonna glue the head on. And then I'm gonna add those details like the 2 eyes, the nose, and the 2 antennas. Once I have my facial features on, I'm going to add other details by drawing right on top of my collage. And we're missing a few more details, like those little caterpillar toes. They're just triangles, so you could draw them on your paper, or if you wanted to, you could collage them by making little triangles on your paper and then cutting and gluing. It's up to you. Also, the caterpillar is fuzzy. He has those little blue purple hairs. So I'm doing short lines to show that he's fuzzy. And last step is what I'm gonna do is sign it like an artist, and then I'm done. I have an illustration just like the artist Eric Carle. Okay, now it's your turn to work. I can't wait to see your caterpillar.